Ladies and gentlemen, I think today is the day. The spirits are in good humor. We had a chance to find coal, blessing of fangs, neither of which are going to be too terribly helpful. Because I think it is high time today we finally unlock what we have been waiting for a good bit of time. We're going to repair that boat in the back of Willie's shop. Before we do anything, of course, we've got mail, so let's take a look at that as it is something important today. Dear Delta, your dedication is truly impressive. Only a select few managed to acquire the complete Rare Crow collection. Please accept this blueprint to commemorate your achievement. The ZC Scarecrow Society. New crafting recipe, Deluxe Scarecrow. Yeah, bet you didn't see this one coming. The Deluxe Scarecrow. It costs iridium ore and a little bit more fiber rather than coal, but prevents crows from attacking your crops, has a large radius, about 16 tiles. So about double what you've been getting. So if the scarecrows have kind of been in your way, they've been annoying, you wish you could have less of them, well, good news. You can. It might take a little bit of time, but you absolutely can. So that is what I wanted to show off. Yes, there is an actual substantial reward. Ooh, that's also ready too. We're going to have to grab that real quick as well. I have the coal out? What do you mean? Give me that. So yes, first and foremost, I do want to get the routine, but I'm going to show it today because we do have Mystic Syrup available at long last. Also, you can see the cows I've gotten as well. I had a brown cow instead of a white one, which doesn't make any difference for the milk. It will still be exactly the same. Little Mr. Pig hanging out in the barn over here. Mine is still too young. This is the one I want here. And this one as well. So the Mystic Syrup. A very rare syrup that is said to have magic properties. It sells for 1,000 gold just on its own, so needless to say, this is going to be a pretty valuable item. As for why, though, we'll see that in the future. Maybe the pretty soon future here, actually. And if I can get past the pig here, let me grab the shears. A little bit more wool. I'll actually take that with me and put the shears away since the cloth producer has been in here. And let's see what we got for eggs. Like I said, I've kind of been going for the lower quality ones since it's just the easier thing to do. Put the eggs away, the wool away. Iron, and we're doing good on that front. It looks like we're kind of back in an okay spot, but I know we're still going to need them, so might as well keep going on that. Oh, apparently missed a couple. Oh no, these are the... I was going to say I think these are the mixed seeds, but actually now I'm not too sure. I think actually what they were is just some extra squash ones I kind of placed here and there to fill in gaps. I think that's actually where they came from. Alright, that's almost everything. Let's very quickly check the greenhouse, see if there's anything in there. Just this. Go with the apricots next, I guess. And the coffee beans are, again, ready to go. I'll leave the fruit trees there for now. Let's take a look at everything we've got here to either sell or put away. Alright, this is what we're looking at. Again, gold, anything non-regular quality, the mayonnaises, the truffles, the honey, there's the pickled right there. Mystic Syrup I'm going to wait on. No, I said I'm going to wait on it. You can't stop me. Put away all the regular stuff. So what do you do with Mystic Syrup? Like, what are your crafting recipes here? What is it used for? I think I'd be better off probably pulling up the list, but I'm sure surely I have some of the crafting recipes for this, and even if I don't, I would much rather hang on to it. Do I not actually have any of those yet? I find that a bit surprising. Well, regardless, I am hanging on to it. That might be something very quickly I do my research on to see what all I can craft right now with that. Okay, now I actually know what it is. It is used for one big thing that I've been looking for, which is here, the treasure totem. Use on diggable terrain to summon a ring of treasure spots. So this will help us get those remaining artifacts, which is a very, very big deal. It is a full ring of them as well, so make sure you place this correctly. So because of that, I do want to go ahead and craft one and hope that I get a little bit lucky, because it would be nice to have that taken care of, and then we don't have to worry about it anymore. So let's take one more look at our artifacts and figure out which one we're going to grab first. It doesn't really matter, but I guess of the two, I think probably the scapula is what I'm going to go for next. And the scapula is best in the summer and fall, apparently. According to this, the additional chance is season dependent. Maximum chance is summer and fall. Winter, it's 50% less. In spring, it is 6% less in the forest, which is the highest percentage at 3 to 6%. So that's what we're going to go with. So let's grab all of that stuff. Hardwood, I'm going to need... How much did it say for that? 5. Okay, good. I'm going to need an additional 200 on top of this. That's why I'm pulling out so much of it. So hardwood, moss, and the syrup. If this doesn't work, you'll probably actually see me do a proper reset, since this is not a finite resource or anything, but I'd rather not waste a mystic syrup on something like this, so ideally I would not. If I do, I'm also going to come back with 5 battery packs and 5 iridium bars to repair that boat. And I also do want to make mention that you should take all of your tools with you, including your sword and even the iridium pan as well. So do bring all of your stuff with you. I'm going to move all this down here just to show off exactly how much. And it wouldn't hurt either if you really want to be able to bring a treasure chest for any excess stuff you grab there, in order to make sure that you will continue to have the space. So let's go ahead and make one of those as well. So move this down here. Put that away. Right, and now that we are sufficiently sorted, if you see a cut right here, then that means I did not find what I was looking for, and if you don't see a cut, then that means the treasure totem is about to work, which hopefully it will. Alright, fingers crossed this works, but this is a good spot for the forest, I think. And there you go. That is the ring of treasure it makes. Let's see if we can have a little bit of luck here. There it is. Excellent. That actually only took one try, if you can believe it. There's a bridal veil. What the hell is that doing in the ground? Alrighty then. That's, interesting. But it worked, and that's the good thing. As long as it worked, I'm happy. We can obviously make more of those. We can get more of them. And ideally, I would like to plant more trees, but we've got other stuff to do today. So part of me is kind of wondering if I should put it off for one more day just because of that. But I don't know. I feel like the answer is pretty obvious that we shouldn't put it off any longer. We'll just put the veil in here. I don't really need this for anything. These can obviously go up. And fingers crossed we'll still have a fair bit of time to work with. But I do want to get this donated and done, so we just don't have to deal with it anymore. And we'll be down to our final piece for the museum. This actually is one of the requirements, quote-unquote. It's not a requirement, but it helps add points to your evaluation by the end of year 2 is completing the museum. And if you don't get that done, that's entirely valid. And also, you don't need all the points in the game in order to get the maximum requirement. They give you additional ones so you can miss a few. And I think the only ones we haven't really done is things like complete the museum or catch every fish. So We should be able to do that at the rate we're going. At the very least, catch every fish is... There's no way I won't be able to do that one. But yeah, complete the museum is definitely one of the, in my opinion, harder ones to do. Even if you know what you're doing, it can still be pretty rough. Alright, here goes nothing. We've been talking about it for a good bit of time. Let's actually make it happen. For to remember that a special kind of fish can be found in the pools between waterfalls. If you can reach it with your rod, that is. Yep. Been there, done that. 5 battery packs to fix the machine, 5 iridium bars to fix the anchor, 200 hardwood to repair the hull. All materials have been found. The boat will be repaired overnight. Ah, so we do have to wait a day anyway. That's actually probably for the best. So we can just literally run straight there. I'm actually very okay with that. I'm not going to lie. That might be the best news we've gotten with that. That said, I might see if we can make another couple of mystic trees and get them to start growing, to start getting more of that sap, because it is used for more than the artifact rings, I believe. So it would be handy to have those going. So do we have the material for it? That is the question. And more importantly, what material do we need? Mahogany seed, acorn. Okay, so all those, basically. Also, this is in the wrong chest. We need one more acorn. We could grab that and make a third one. That shouldn't be too terribly hard to do. Hey Pam, how's it going? I mean, just pick like any tree down here, really. There you go. Oops, no, not to town. I want to go here. So yeah, let's go ahead and make a couple more of those. As for where to plant them, that's a bit of a tougher answer. I could plant them again inside of this kind of area right here, so I'm kind of leaning towards this. Could you please move? So I could plant one here and here. There we go. And hopefully we've also got enough for being able to throw some fertilizer on that as well. Let me go ahead and quickly put this up because I don't need it. Tree fertilizer is fiber and stone. 10. 10. This will help with the growing process, as these are pretty slow for trees. I don't really have a use for that plant, so I'm just going to stick it there for now. It's going to look bad, but I do want to move that in case I decide to add that little cubby hole later on. What else could we do? We do have time to go crack those open, so let's go ahead and do that, I suppose. Maybe we'll find something interesting there. It'd be great if we found another one of those little artifact things that I just used to get the scapula, and then I could go for the final piece that we're missing. But I don't think that's an option, tragically. So let's see what we got. Warp totem, sprinkler, another sprinkler, some bombs, more of the regular mystery boxes, mystery shirt, more squash seeds, more hot pepper seeds, a treasure chest, which is good, some hardwood, and another warp totem to the mountains. Alright. Well, the treasure chest kind of made it worthwhile. That's 5K right there. So I'd say largely that was a win. The Mega Bombs can still come in handy at a later date. If we had better luck, I'd say today would be a good day to go to the, I think I'm just going to sell the seeds, honestly. I'd say today would be a good day to go to the mines, but... Or to Skull Cavern mines, specifically. But I don't think that's going to quite be fitting for right now. We'll put up all the stuff I don't plan on using immediately. So I do think it's going to be predominantly fishing here. Brain, if you could cooperate with me, I would love to know if there's any other thing I could really do here. We just tossed the pickle stuff in there. Have to wait on that, have to wait on that. I've already forgotten what this was. I think we have this going. Or we tossed it in, one of the two. So we'll wait another day on that. The squid ink, I mean, I could try to hunt that down, but I think we'll probably have to find that some other way. Or, no, we're building the fish pond for that, never mind. These are all later. Ah, that was the other thing I could use the Mystic Syrup for, was to sell it. Also, here's the dried fruit. But yeah, that's kind of up to you. I kind of would rather have the museum completed and we can just throw one of those in at some other date. So, yeah, I think that will do there. How are we doing on iridium? We're actually doing okay. We could try to hunt it down, but I think a better luck day would be more suited for that, personally. Yeah. I think I'd rather have a day with better luck, personally. So let's toss a couple of these in here. We've already got the smokers down there. And let's do a bit more fishing, shall we? I could talk a little bit about, like, oh, this is what we were planning on seeing when we get there to the mystery location. But for now, no, I think I'm going to keep it a secret. Also, hi, Elliot. Did you perchance happen to walk into one of those smokers and send it into the water? Because I'm willing to bet that's probably what you did. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Because, yeah, NPCs used to be, if they walked into objects, they would just destroy them, and they don't do that anymore. Instead, they sort of bump the item, which is why this fish smoker's been moved. So I think what happened is he bumped the fish smoker either into the other one, or just off the map, and it fell into the water and it disappeared. I think that's what happened to it. Here. This item gives me a terrible feeling. I'll have to dispose of it. Well, that's what you get. Okay, good. He is still at max hearts of this. But that's what you get for throwing my fish smoker into the water. You jackass. So yeah, for now it'll just be a little bit of money making. Not too terribly much else. That is a shame, though. That second one was helping quite a bit. I think once we get to this new area, we probably won't do a lot of fishing, other than, like, the stuff to get the required fish, obviously. But I don't know. I might take one with me at some point. The area we're going to is very unique from other, like, oh, this is an area we haven't been to, like the sewers and whatnot. It's very, very different, so I don't know. We'll play that by ear and kind of see how it goes. I think it's an area way easier to manage in multiplayer, personally, as you can have one person kind of manage that area, and the other can manage, you know, just the rest of Stardew Valley, basically. So it is very interesting in that regard. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I would never say I, like, personally feel my management of it is poor, but I feel like I'm definitely not using it as well as I should be. Not even min-maxing standards, just, like, I feel like there's more that I'm either not doing that I should be, or there's more that I'm doing that I shouldn't be. So either I'm messing things up that I'm doing, or I'm messing up by not doing something. But if nothing else, it also will give us the opportunities for 2 other quests on the special orders board to appear. And while I don't remember what one of them is, I know the other one's kind of difficult starting out. Once you're more settled into the area, it will be much, much easier. But early on, it can be, I wouldn't say impossible, but tough. Yeah, it would be pretty tough. So yeah, expect a good bit of time to be devoted to that area starting tomorrow. So I'm just gonna cancel that. Just looking at what's the most. The Dorado, I kind of want to keep a regular Dorado for now. Solely because I think we might end up needing it for something. So we'll put these in here. That'll work. I actually don't remember offhand where the best place to fish in summer is on average. I think it actually is the ocean. In spring, it's the mountains. I think I had mentioned it before, of like, on average, like what you would catch if you were fishing the whole day, you basically have, at least starting out, which is early game when you're trying to make big money, you basically have ocean, river, mountains, and I guess technically the cave. The cave will never be the highest producing one. But it will depend on A, what season it is, and B, what weather condition it is, meaning if it's raining or not. And I think that only applies for either summer or fall, but one of the two, when it rains, it actually does change on average, which is going to give you the more profitable amount. But pretty consistently, the river is a pretty good choice once you can get high-quality fish from it. And you're not in spring. It's a pretty decent option. But early game, yeah, there's a reason you saw me stick to the mountains as much as I did. So yeah, we don't need any, like, big income going over there immediately. You will still, unfortunately, have to pay 1,000 G for the ticket, which, like, you repaired the boat, so that's kind of stupid, but oh well, alright? So you will need a little bit of money, but it's not, like, impossible to come by any stretch of the imagination. Should have been keeping a better eye on when I put that, rainbow trout in the smoker. I think it was a rainbow trout. No, it was a chub, actually. Because it seems to hang around in-game somewhere between 50 minutes to an hour is a pretty good guess. So 8 o'clock, roughly. Do like a little smoke particle effect on the fish that you've smoked as well. Yeah, I might bring the smoker with me. I don't know. It depends on how much fishing I do, because I know that the fish there are decently profitable, and obviously the smoker would increase that. Yeah, I don't know. Again, that's something we'll figure out when we get kind of settled into that area a little bit more. Starting out, there won't be too much we can do there, but that will change. Like I said, the more that opens up in that area itself, the more time we'll spend there for a good bit of time. I still will, like, pretty consistently check for special requests and things like that. But it also helps that I don't really care about the festivals that much. I'll have to make sure that I, hopefully by that point, can find a way around the Dance of the Moonlight Jellies so that I can actually go, because it might do a whole, oh, the festival's being set up, check back again later, so that you can go to the festival. Which I kind of don't prefer. I wish that that was just, like, a thing where it's like, no, I just want to go into the forest or go into town or whatever and not deal with that. And then only in multiplayer does it actually tell you, like, oh, hey. Like, when you walk in of, like, the waiting for players, but... So you could still walk into it by accident, but otherwise you could still access whatever area, the town, the ocean, the, you know, whatever. But, oh well. Some rocks. Alright. Anything else interesting here? I got that golden animal cracker, so I'll have to use that for something, but... For now, all the animals are asleep, so I'll have to wait. I still will do routine. I'm not just going to go straight there and completely ignore everything, but... You do want to make sure you are kind of prepared to dedicate basically the entire day for everything you can do over there. That said, I probably won't do everything as quickly as I can there. For example, I did mention that it's a good place to do the collect 100 bones. You can do that one pretty easily there. So if we get to that area by any chance where those occur, probably what I will end up doing is intentionally not gathering them and waiting for that special request to appear. And then once it appears, we can just knock it straight out and then not have to worry about it anymore. Because I do think that one gives you a pretty good reward as well. One of the ones that has been hidden that I've put, like, redacted for now gives you a very good reward as well. That can very much come in handy. So that one would be a good one to get once we're kind of more set up. I'm going to go ahead and dump some of this stuff into the bin that I know I'm not keeping. Now it's easy to quickly grab what I want to get the last one in there if I've got the time for it, which I think I might have time to be able to get one more of the pike put in the smoker. Maybe. I'm not actually fully sure on that. That should be done, theoretically, like, pretty soon to when the timer hits 1, so I think we'll be okay. So for now, we'll just catch what we can, and then give it all a good sell, and hopefully we'll get to, like... I feel like 120k is a pretty decent guesstimate that we'll have by the end of the day. Between all of this and, you know, everything else with the just general routine that we are pretty consistently tossing in there. Weird imagining right now just all the different stuff that's going to be available pretty soon here. This will be my last cast. Of like, oh, there's going to be new mysteries and stuff for us to solve. Alright, let's get out of here. It's times like these you learn to love again, but also times like these that you're very glad you have the horse and that it can run a little bit faster and you can run through the grass and the crops without taking the penalties and all that stuff. All those extra books are really handy. So there we go. Aged Anchovy Roe, that was what it was. That does not really sell for that much. That's 126, and then the pikes for 3 of them is 1575, but oh well. We're not here to go over semantics. We are simply here to put everything away while we can. I don't think we'll make it to bed, but we did make it in the house, and that's the important thing. Oh no, we did make it to bed. Okay, wow. Robin, weren't you building... You know what? Never mind. I was going to say, weren't you building something else for me? But not important. Not important. Another 20... Basically 23k right there. Most of that came from the treasure chest on that end. See what all that does. And then just kind of our general thing here. Dried apples give you about $1,000 for that. That's not too bad if you're not using them for anything, anyway. Oh, and today is the green rain. Oh, what timing. What timing. Okay, I guess we're not doing it today. You'll have to wait another video. Sorry. I'm hoping I'll have enough time to record it. But yes, some pickled corn. That's what we got from that. Excuse me. Dear Delta, I ordered too much fertilizer. Oh, thanks. Good news, the old boat is seaworthy once again, thanks to you. Stop by the back room whenever you want to arrive. My shop is now open at 8 a.m. every day, so you can get an early start. Willie. Yeah, unfortunately, we will not be getting an early start today, because we've got quite a bit of stuff to do because of the green rain. Because I do still want to collect that moss. It is still used for some things. So, we ain't out of the woods just yet, I'm afraid. I figured it was going to be a little bit later in the month, or the season, rather. I guess it is technically a month, but figured it was going to show up later, not right now. Of like, oh yeah, we'll get the green rain, like, sometime in the 20s in terms of days. Also, one of our trees has already grown fully. I think that's technically a product of the green rain. It has the ability to do that. I'm not actually completely sure, though. Grab that pepper. That might be a future me question. You can tell the extra, like, little things there really wanted to grow on my farm, but they just could not figure out a spot where to grow, specifically. Which is a little bit funny. Obviously, getting all of the moss taken care of now is going to be substantially easier than it was before. No, don't eat it. So those were the two I used. Let's grab one more pomegranate. Get that going. Also, I believe the mushies will be ready. We don't have enough for any of them right now, though, so we'll just do this. Might as well make use of it. No need to just straight up not do anything for it. No, don't eat that. There we go. Now, as I personally believe we've got plenty for the blueberries already from, like, the 500 plus, I think we'll be okay to just go ahead and sell these. Are you already grown? No, you're not. Okay, it looked like you were for a split second there. I was very surprised. Basically full on space off to come and get the stuff out of the auto grabber here in a second. So first let's go ahead and take care of this. No, hang on to the fiber and the mixed seeds. That can go. I'm fine with giving up a single piece of hay. I'm not going to go back and drop that in. That either... Yeah, okay. That goes in here. Actually, these will also go in here. I do have my axe with me, so we're okay on that front. Let's... Oops, this is not the right spot. There we go. There you go. You can enjoy that. We don't really have anything else to do other than just take care of the green rain stuff. So theoretically, we might have the time to get over there. I don't know. Let's do a little double speed boost here. Yeah, we'll do the gold. Why not? Alright. So obviously this is not the first green rain that has occurred in the valley now, and I think because of that you get different dialogue from people as well, as because they realize, oh hey, this is just a thing that's happening now, as opposed to like, we've never seen this before, what the heck's going on? Which, you know, understandable. Also, that was just to make sure I had enough hay for the animals if I get busy or distracted while I'm going to the area tomorrow. So yeah, this is very good for experience. If you are not full up, those big patches like these right here will be very good. But again, I'm here predominantly just for the moss in general. Oops. Yeah, I might try to get over if I can. Get over to that new area, but I wouldn't put much hope in it. If it was like before 5 o'clock, then I'd say, yeah, we could probably go for that, but I don't think that's going to realistically happen. And while I would love to just be able to go absolutely crazy, I do need to have my expectations be a bit realistic. But this will be done, and then we don't have to worry about it distracting me again for this rest of the season. But yeah, if I do see some villagers, I'll be sure to poke around and see if they've got any different dialogue. Normally by this point I probably wouldn't have the iridium scythe. I'd probably be like just shy on one of the skills getting to level 10, probably combat. I think this will be a good enough dividing line. Roll back around here. This will be pretty good for the mixed seeds too. I don't think I would plant any mixed seeds outside at this point. I feel like we're probably too late into the season to risk them getting destroyed right before they're fully grown. But that said, you could absolutely save them for fall. And then just plant them all then. Once again, I know fall's a decent chunk of the ways away, but usually the big quote-unquote argument that people have is, are cranberries better or pumpkins better? I think both have their merits. I think for probably ease of access, cranberries is your better option, as you don't have to replant them, so that's an automatic bonus right there. But again, it is up to you, the player. And I'm remembering how much of a headache now it was to try and collect all of this in year one and not... And granted, I knew I wasn't going to have enough time to get it all. I had openly said, like, this is a day I am okay with completely just not making it to bed and passing it out, because it is worth the moss for getting the statue. And it was. You've seen how good the Statue of Blessings has been, so it was absolutely worth it. Just keep on swinging. If I see any of these particular trees, I'll probably go ahead and cut them down. I think they still stay there, question mark, until you actually cut them down, but I would like to go ahead and get them out anyway. Yeah, I don't think we're making it to that new area today. For that, I do apologize, but again, you can't do everything all at once. I do think we're going to have much better luck at getting everything taken care of because of having the iridium tools. Obviously, at the very least, the cutting down trees is going to go infinitely faster than it would have beforehand. $150 thus far, that's a pretty good amount. Ideally, I would hope to have about $250 by the end of the day, but we'll see how it goes. We're definitely going to have quite a few mixed seeds, fiber, and mixed flower seeds, though, which is good because we do need the fiber as well. We absolutely do need that. We were running pretty dang low. And if I do plan on making more recipes that require fiber... Also, there's the Trout Derby that's coming up soon, 20th through the 21st. I think we'll probably pass on that, just because, again, that would be another... Oh, hey, here's the thing. We're not going to be able to go to this area because this derby is going on. So I'll double-check the rewards for that and see if there's anything that's, like, really, really important. But unless it's, like, a crafting recipe, I honestly would just pass on it, I think. I do believe the rewards differ between odd and even-numbered years, though. So, if you're like, hey, you got everything last time when you did the Trout Derby, don't bother. The rewards may have changed. This... Yeah, we're going to be doing really good on fiber, which I'm very, very happy about. We were like... At best, we were floating around like the 40 mark, and I was like, oh, I want to be able to use more, but just did not have the resources for it. But we're definitely going to have it now, that's for sure. Might end up having pretty close to a full stack here by the end of the day. Wonder if Leah's inside of her cottage or not. Well, if she is, it's locked, so no dice there. I should go back and get my horse here. Alright, well, that's the Cindersap Forest cleared out, which gave us a pretty good bounty, I would say. Also, we picked up a houseplant. I think that was from a tree, though, not from a... not from a bush of moss and fiber, as funny as that would be. Hey, Kent, don't mind me. I'm just kind of clearing this out so you can actually see what's going on here. Heh, the rain is a blessing. It's a reminder that there will always be forces greater than anything conceived of by man. Yeah, you're right about that. Let's check the saloon, because this is a pretty popular spot during the green rain. Hi. And a little warm me up to be ready for another cold night on the ocean. The first time this happened, we were all worried the rain might be dangerous, but what if it's actually healthy for the body? Who knows? The plants seem to respond well to it, at least. Feel bad admitting it, but sometimes I wish there was a real disaster, not just some dumb green rain. Something to shake everything up, you know? Not that I want people to get hurt. Just want to feel alive, like I have a purpose. Well, there's some kind of weird weather today? I didn't notice. Hey, Leah, that's why you weren't in your cottage. The other day I brought a fresh starfruit at Pierre's. It was perfect on a bed of greens and a dash of my special vinaigrette. Imagine if this rain lasted all summer. The plants would take over the entire valley. Yeah, they would. I think these rains are a show of force, a warning. You could say it's from nature, from Yoba, whatever you think, but that's what I think. I mean, what I mean is we can't get too cocky, or else instead of a green rain, we'll see a blood red rain. See what I mean? These rains have a particular smell. Have you noticed? Almost like freshly minced herbs. Can you feel it? The forest is singing. The trees are dancing with joy. I know, we've got so much moss now. I probably won't bother with that. Maybe I will bother with that tree. Initially I was going to say no, but there's more of them over here, so yeah, why not? Plus, like I've said before, however much wood that you have that you're like, oh, that's enough, like I won't need any more. You're wrong, you will. You will need more. So yeah, I won't let you cut down trees in town, but these are some rare examples, since these aren't normally here, that you will be allowed to cut these down. Oh yeah, let's see if that trick is still available. Is it? It is! Okay, so yes, I'm actually going to buy a couple of these. So yes, during the summer, obviously Alex will sell ice cream at the stand, but normally if he's not here, then you're not able to buy it from him. But if you park your horse right here, it actually will enable you to buy it, as you just saw. Reason for this is the game just thinks, oh, that there's somebody manning the stand, because there's some sort of character that's close by. So yes, you can use the horse to get additional ice cream, which is a statement that has never been said before by anyone until this happened. It is extremely wonky, but it does work, so if you're looking for ice cream for Demetrius or Jazz or Vincent or somebody else to increase your friendship with, that is one way you can pick it up when Alex is not there for whatever reason. Like a green rain, for example. Yeah, we are definitely not going to be able to get to everything today in terms of every single section, but that's alright. I still think we've gotten farther here than we did the first year. I think this was about the area we passed out, roughly. But I also wasn't focused on the cutting down the trees bit, I don't think. Happy to do it this time, because again, this is going to be a resource we will always need. If nothing else, we know for a fact we're going to need it for helping Pam build the house at some point. So that's going to go basically a full stack of it's gone right there, just from that alone. It's a good thing to do, and I'm glad to do it, but yeah, we will need it. Let's quickly run up north, and you know what, I think it's going to be a similar case if I'm okay with passing out at 2 o'clock in order to get more supplies here. I think for me personally that is a fair trade. That'll do. Alright, 217 moss and 612 fiber. That's pretty good, honestly. I don't hate that. 34,000 for our farming, if you wanted to see what that looked like. Again, most of that's going to be the blueberries. But hey, that's a good amount. And that will bring us a little bit closer to whatever we need to next buy, which is good. It's very good. Alright, that will do it. Next time on Stardew Valley, we actually are going to go to that area. We're not going to be interrupted by green rain or any other junk, I don't think. There's always something that could crop up, but I don't think so, knock on wood. But we will see that in the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all then. Later.